So all of our trips start the same way. Lots of travel, big anticipation, arriving at the boat, loading the boat with our personal belongings, shopping. It's a family effort. Loading the boat after shopping, organizing the boat and all the numerous supplies and provisions that we bought, and then preparing the boat for going back to sea. Stowing everything, fueling up. It's really a big deal. Filling the water tanks, everything you could think of, and then the route planning.
Okay, so we're leaving Freeport Harbor for the last time, hopefully, beginning our passage to Cuba. Calm seas.
How long will it take, you guys?
Probably 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yep, we're smiling now.
How many nautical miles to what? Go?
Yeah. My favorite part of being on passage is fishing. We always troll. On day 2, I caught a Dorado, which is an open ocean pelagic fish. It's a team effort. I catch it, Dad fillets it, Mom cooks it, and we all eat it. Well, I eat the most.
So, we're in the middle of the ocean on the way to Cuba, and in a 360 panorama of nothing but big blue ocean. So, we just finished dinner, cooked the Dorado that Eli made, and I'm feeling a little seasick. It's pretty rolly out there. So Jordan's downstairs doing the dishes. I'll just show you what the guys are doing. You guys want to say hi to the camera? What's up? So it's the start of my night watch, day 2 on the way to Cuba. And I just woke up, made a nice cup of tea. And as I'm coming up, Jordan's like, hey, don't forget to, the cup holders don't work, and don't spill your coffee on the ground. And I put my cup down, and it exploded everywhere. There's tea, sugar, coffee mate. You're just like, oh my God. And then I'm tired, and I just wanted to like sit and have a cup of tea. And there you go. And then all the blankets were fucking disgusting. And I was pissed, and then he's like, don't have an attitude. And anyone who knows Jordan, you just don't want to piss him off. So anyway, what a way to start my night watch. But it's a beautiful night, and let's see the moon. Nice moon. Moon, yeah. So it's Christmas morning, and I don't know if you can see, but we see Cuba behind us. Yeah, it's so good to see land and to be almost there. Very exciting.
So making landfall is always nerve-wracking. Finding the channel, contacting authorities, which in this case we had attempted to do for hours with no response, but finally hearing back from the dockmaster Francisco brought smiles to our faces and big relief. It was a big step forward for us. This had been our longest passage to date, over 2 days, almost 54 hours, 350 miles, and what a relief to tie up at the dock at Marina Gaviota in Vera Dero.
After clearing in, the work begins. Cleaning, organizing, and prepping the boat for storage. Putting everything away. It's nap time for the Liza-Lu. Cuba gave us a great welcome and we're proud to fly their courtesy flag.
We're in Vera Dero in some concocted forest on a tour. We just took the tour bus and this looked like a cool place to stop. Otherwise, all we've seen are like resorts.
Here we are, interviewing our cab driver Ernesto, who proved to be a great pick. We love to hire local taxis because their level of local knowledge is unparalleled. Vera Dero was not to our liking as it was a very touristy location with only resorts. The drive to Havana was very long but well worth it, and the sights seemed a lot more familiar as they were on our first trip to Cuba over 20 years ago. We finally arrived in Havana, parked the car, and Ernesto took us on a short but very knowledgeable tour of the main square and downtown area where the old fort is located. The streets were packed with tourists and Cubans alike, and it was great to see the place was really, really busy.
After a quick lunch, Ernesto continued driving us through rural countryside to Vinales. He miraculously found Juana and Michelle's, our Airbnb. The place was simple but comfortable, and our hosts were extremely gracious. And while I wish we spoke Spanish, the language barrier sure kept things interesting.
Buenas tardes. Oh, look at this food, huh? Plantains and nice potatoes. Plantains.
Fritas.
Oh, fritas?
Fritas de naranja.
Oh, okay. Nice. Beautiful.
Boniato.
Okay.
Dulce.
Dulce. Dolce or dulce?
Going by memory, so we walked from our Airbnb, and this is what we got going on so far. Hopefully, we figure it out.
We walked around the countryside of Vinales, the tobacco farms, and all the dirt paths, cows, and dogs, looking for the cliffs so my parents could climb some rocks.
Seems to have sniffed out something, some kind of cliff. We're wondering if that's a climber's trail. Looks like it's been here a long time, but we're gonna take it.
I let them do a couple climbs and did a little exploring of my own, meeting a local farmer who had a lot to say. We think he said, "Why are these old people climbing on the rocks?"
But as we knew, our trip would have to come to an end, and we had to fly back through Cancun. Travel back was relatively seamless, just a little snaggle.
Basically, an immigration officer in Havana Airport at like 4 in the morning took mine and Eli's passports and walked away and said we couldn't leave the country until he cleared something up. And we still don't know what it was. They wouldn't tell us what it was, but we're here, we made it. And we just got an email from Francisco at the boat
tenemos una ganadora,
saying
bueno,
everything was
winner,
good.
ella es María
So,
directamente de
job
Toluca, donde
well
voy a un fuerte
done.
aplauso,